And here we have the reason we call it the F Centre. So Chris has bought a number of off-road pieces to modify his latest test vehicle. It's a test vehicle or training vehicle? You'd call it a training vehicle. So we'll give you a little bit of an understanding of what goes into preparing a vehicle.
So plan of action for this, we're adding a bit of protection because it's used for training. So inevitably when we're out on off-road courses and things, you do get the odd bit where we touch on the side of ruts and things like that. So we've got a set of jackable sills that are going on just to try and protect the sides and protect the sills. So the rock slide and the jackable sill are essentially the same thing, but the thing we were looking for with these is A, they can fend off things from the side of the body, but also we can jack along the whole length of them. So if we did have an issue where we got stuck on the midpoint perhaps, we could put a jack anywhere under the structural section, lift the side of the vehicle, pack under the wheel and then move off again. So it's all about trying to fend off damage but also deal with issues as they arise. If we go around the front, the guys from Venture 4x4 very kindly helped prepare bits of the vehicle before we actually bought it. So bitter experience tells us that having a bit of basic underbody protection really helps with the longevity of the vehicle and preventing pickup damage. So we've got the ARB skid plates underneath, again protecting the lower parts of the suspension, protecting the underside, any of the components underneath the engine. Also when you're going through water and things, it pushes some of the water away from some of the components. And finally, under the front we've got some proper recovery points, which are actually appropriately rated for the vehicle. Most vehicles towing eyes are rated for towing, not for recovery loads. So for us, again, with the training we do, it's important we've got proper hard points that we can recover off either with a winch or with a towed recovery. If we go around the back, we've been doing a bit of work around there. So the issue with a lot of the off-road vehicles that we see is the towing attachments on the back. So the standard tow bar for this, it's a big, big heavy unit that hangs very low. So it's really affecting the departure angle on the back of the vehicle. So we've managed to acquire from Arctic Trucks a receiver hitch system, which means we can fit either a towing point or a recovery point or even a small demountable winch if we needed to. Unfortunately, while we're in there, we've also found that the spare wheel mechanism was seized. So we've had a bit of fun this morning winding that up and down, up and down, up and down, trying to clean it. And you have a look over there, all the muck that was sat on top of the spare wheel. So one of the jobs for this afternoon is going to be, we're going to have a bit of a wire brush underneath, get some rust treatment under there, get some lanyard guard underneath there before we all reassemble it all. Right.
So is this the glamorous side of 4x4 prep going on here, Dan?
Always, yeah. Just get this ready to use kit that fits straight away without any adjustment.
In fairness, they've gone on
Not too bad, in fact.
not too bad.
Jinxed it.
Yeah, exactly.
We're getting them all close. We'll do our final check and then we'll give them all a good talk up afterwards when we're happy with the position.
That almost sounds professional.
Almost.
Question is, still need to work out what they're for.
Yeah, I have no idea what they're for. They're left over, I think.
They're spares.
I've got a clue what they are.
I wasn't sure.
Are they not end caps or something?
They look like end caps, don't they?
But on what?
Do you not have an instruction manual?
No, this is our problem. We're guessing with it all.
Looks like a soap dish.
Look, you got a thread there.
Don't know. Cigarette tray?
You know when you watch the Discovery Channel and there's a monkey and it's got a jam jar and it's trying to get peanuts out of it?
Yeah. There's a bit of that, isn't there?
Yeah.
Shall I have a look at those instructions they apparently emailed us?
Oh, go on, have a quick scan. I don't know.
So now that we don't have them Haynes manual spanners, do you have to use a different rating? So how many Fs is this?
We have a swear rating. This one hasn't been too bad in fairness. Are we going 1 to 5 or 1 to 10 on the rating?
Well, it was 1 to 5 for
Haynes. So
yeah.
we'll stick to 1 to 5. This is only a 1.
A 1?
Maybe a 1.5.
Oh, that's pretty good then.
Yeah, it's all right.
Perhaps a 1.5, not because of the thing, but because of how gummed up all the threads.
Yeah, the chassis has been wax oiled, so you have to clear out all the threads before you can put them in, but that's not the end of the world.
Oh, good fun.
When people say, just do this on your driveway,
No.
with your simple toolkit, it's not happening, not if you want to do it properly.
It's still not done properly, but
I've got a 30 grand toolkit and it's still not